computer. All right, welcome to another week of the Leila Show. We are back from our hiatus again with our second guest in the new series that we are, and Jeremy Lasman. And he is the founder of the Passion Company, which I love the name of that because passion is everything. He's a creative entrepreneur and a former SpaceX technologist. He is dedicated to elevating humanity through imagination technology and leads the passion revolution. So welcome. I'm excited to hear all about this because I really don't know much. So hi.
Great to be here, Leila. I'm really happy to be here and looking forward to
Thanks
the
for
conversation.
coming. Yeah.
Yeah, I got my virtual coffee, but it's a real coffee too.
Coffee is important, you know. I got my water, but yeah, that's because I had like six espressos before this. So,
Mm,
espresso is the substance of life, okay?
delicious.
So tell us, what is this all? Well, like first of all, I don't know where you want to start because like SpaceX, I'm sure you know some interesting, very interesting things working for them, but let's start with your passion project because that's
Yes,
you. That's what you do.
yes. So it's been a few years of development and even further like research and development, like R&D, just trying to find out like what my work was, um, my soul's work. Like this
Right.
invention of imagination technology has taken a lot of twists and turns, iterations. Um, and the Passion Company was like how I finally was able to just get it out of me and get into a company that can make it scalable. And so what it comes down to is I think you actually said it all right off the bat. Like passion is more than just like an uncontrollable emotion. It is actually like the fuel of human energy. And
I agree.
especially insofar as it distinguishes us from animals and machines is passion. I feel it's what connects us to our soul. Uh,
I
and that's a
agree.
pretty big deal. I think it's a pretty important thing to not only study, but that's what we're doing with the Passion Company is seeing that it's a basic human need, and we want to create a whole new utility sector that is next to water, gas, electricity, all the basic human needs, and create a company that um, not only like supports it but like supplies it in a really cool way. And so imagination technology is an invention that came about when I looked at like the big question of if we were to treat the body like hardware, the mind like software, and the spirit like almost like the user of this technology,
Mhm.
then we're looking at one interconnected technology. And that's what I call imagination technology. And the question being, like, what is the operating system of the human species in old as of now? And that's survival of the fittest, right?
Very true. I think it always has been. But I mean, also, like you said, the guiding force is passion. Like,
Right,
I mean,
right,
there's no purpose to being here at all, or who even wants to survive to be the fittest if you're not living out like that,
right.
what you are here to do, or that drive, or like if you don't have that force, well, then yeah, I hope you do get weeded out because I actually don't want to live here on the earth with people who aren't passionate about things.
Exactly. And passion really isn't the driving force of survival of the fittest. It's fear
No.
and negativity.
It really is, and that's
It really is.
unfortunate. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
And it's a low performance fuel if you were to look at it like that battery fuel metaphor. And so imagination technology was an innovation and an invention to be a challenger brand to that monopoly, because there was no other choice of operating systems other than survival of the fittest. And so together with this new operating system called Imagination Technology and the Passion Company, we're going to be delivering it and then supporting passion like a utility through the new operating system and then helping people use it. And that's conscious evolution.
Yes, which we need. We're at a point where conscious evolution is really the only way we can go. I mean,
Yeah.
you said we operate on fear and negativity, and that's that. I mean, it works to its extent, but it's not making anybody feel good, and it's not giving the world what we need, and it's just repetitive cyclic
Right.
nonsense that I think we're all pretty sick of. So,
I feel the same. Like my word, sensibility is it's inefficient. Uh, it's a low grade, and especially like you said, it has gotten us this far. It has allowed us to develop this civilization and technology and all of
right.
that.
Which I'm not sure that all of that is like a good thing per se, because I don't know that like most of the civilization is actually fueling people like in a positive manner. Most people,
Exactly.
I mean, most people are literally operating with an out of sync nervous system and literally in survival mode. Like, yes,
All the
survival
time.
of the fittest, but like actually survival mode, like you're not having fun, you're not enjoying yourself. And I mean, I don't. I know that's not like the main goal of the way the system works is for everybody to sing kumbaya and be happy, but like that's how I want to operate my life. So I don't,
Ditto.
you know.
Yeah.
So how does it like work though, per se? Like inherently, what I need the details
The
because
details. Yes. Okay, so it's delivered through a series of videos
okay.
and what we call the philosophy.
Mm,
So a lot of personal development and self-improvement out there right now is like, here's information and add it to your plate and try to make change with it. And I don't feel like that is the most optimal way to evolve.
mm,
So what we are doing here is it's an unphilosophy because it's counterculture. It is teaching you how to subtract things off your plate to get to more of a natural, essential uh, self, let's say. Uh, so it works by first knowing that there's a choice.
mm,
Uh, well, you can either have this old operating system that was for natural selection, for like random mutation based and nature being a victim, or we being a victim to nature, right? We have no
right,
power in that place.
right. Which I
To
think we do. So yeah.
Right, that's conscious evolution, right?
Right.
So that choice right there is okay. Well, first in this new upgrading to a new operating system, subtracting stuff off the plate is you're going to be more conscious of how and where survival of the fittest is running the show unconsciously. Your themes, your patterns, the things that you would discover when you're conscious of like what you don't prefer anymore, the fear, the negativity, the lower frequencies, right?
Right.
And with that choice, now you have the opportunity to consciously evolve by not identifying with some of those old conditioning, programmings, all those threats, all the time, the stresses. You see it from a different angle, and now you're starting to clean your energy,
Right.
clean the passion from the dirty things that were unconscious before.
Right.
And then it becomes about like once you're actively an active participant, then it's about the training and the mastery of your originality of your being. And that's where things start to get really fun because you're practicing uh your freedom, right? And the mastery of your craft, whatever that is, whatever
Whatever that
field or
is.
dynamic, and your creativity and your artistry, because now you're starting to feel that higher, connection to your spirit, to your soul,
Right.
without getting too spiritual about it. But it's the aspects
Right.
that are bigger than yourself.
Right. I mean, and it is spiritual in its own way, but it's also, I mean, like, I don't know, I've had people on here, like, quantum physics and spirituality are kind of like inherently the same thing. So it's
They're
like
merging together, they're coming
they're
together, right?
converging. But it's
Yeah,
interesting because everything you're saying, like in my life coaching program, which is not like the same, that's like literally like, that's my like theory of it all as well. Like you will take the unconscious belief systems and you
yeah,
weed them out. So, and it is. It's like, it's just it
yeah,
sounds
yeah.
pretty much like a lot of what I do. So I
No,
get
and
it.
that's what's great about this is this is not about a competition of things, because this is just the operating system underneath it, which makes everything that we're choosing to do that much more enhanced and amplified and accelerated, because it's all very similar, but we're questioning what is the operating system underneath it. Are you doing it with an old computer, that's
Right.
slow and sluggish, and you're trying to make
We
it
don't want
do
to do
things
that. We want
and
it
hitting
fast. I
walls?
mean, we're
Yeah,
humans. We want everything fast. We want it efficient. I mean, I want my job to be more efficient. I work like 7 jobs. I have like 3 businesses. I would like that to be more efficient, even though I love them
exactly.
all, like, can I,
Yeah,
like, I'd like to be a more efficient version of myself. I was asking to clone myself yesterday. Like, damn.
yeah. Well, we're getting AI right now, so that's just pretty close.
I know. I know. What are your takes on like that and everything going on with
Oh, I love it. I mean, the I I mean, I love technology, so I've been seeing the visions of like what AI, and of course we have all the entertainment,
right,
narratives about the fear of it. And I see how that paints almost like, humans and technology as separate kind of species in a
right,
sense.
yeah.
But
I
I
mean,
feel,
a little bit are they are, but I mean, maybe not.
yeah,
I
but
don't
I feel like we're just evolving up the same mountain, just from different sides.
right.
We're both approaching the same thing, and we're learning how to collaborate.
That's true. I
That's what it
mean,
really comes down to me. It's going to be a relationship.
yeah, and I mean, we're already like pretty much having that relationship. I mean, look at us. I mean, as basic as a computer is, like, this is how
Yeah.
we connect through this. But I mean, I do think I mean, I've had people on from like Google and stuff, and like, they've like explained to me like how much that we can, but it's like kind of at the will of like how we take it, just like with anything of like who's operating those systems, because like, yeah, it can help the weather, it can help the environment, it can help all these things and make like it all work more efficiently. But it's like, depending on who's dishing it and what their intentions are, I think. But I think so. I do think some of the fear is valid just because of like who runs the world. I mean, they're kind of shit. So I do think that like it strikes a lot of terror within people, just like some force that like is more intelligent than us inherently. It really is. I mean, we don't have all that bandwidth and power to like do that. So I can see
Mhm.
where the fear comes from, but I also see where it could be like birth a lot of positive collaborations. And I think it's just all with intention with anything. But I
Of
do think it'll
course.
be interesting. Like, I don't know, this future is gonna be very strange.
It is one of the wildest times to be alive. I definitely feel that.
Truly, but I mean, now you have this to incorporate in the mix. So
Yeah.
I mean, so it's like it is a technology system you're talking about, correct? Like it's a operating system per se, the passion
With imagination technology, yeah, it's looking at the body, mind, and spirit
project.
as one interconnected technology.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's it's how, I mean, ultimately, like anything, it comes down to how much you want to see and believe the metaphor, right?
Right.
If you see the truth in it, if you vibe with it, if it resonates with you to speak those terms and be on terms, uh, then it's going to have a lot of power. That suspension of disbelief and um uh the imagination of it, right? Because you can make it as real as you want, and the more real you make it, the more, conscious evolution that you can get from not being separate,
Right.
not having the body separate from the mind, separate from the spirit,
Which is
uh
so
or
important.
not even connected. We're talking alignment. I think that's a
Right.
language that
Okay. This
your audience
this is
will
the language
understand,
I
right?
understand. It
Alignment.
really is all about language though. I mean, like I totally get what you're saying, but
Yeah, a lot. I mean,
To speak in my
if we're
silly
if we're
terms.
speaking on those terms, right? Alignment of body, mind, spirit, soul, quantum, like whatever you want to call that. Uh, what is not in harmony is, when those things aren't in alignment, or there's stop blockages in the flow.
Right. I mean, and that is fundamental. I mean, like I don't know how anybody feels like they can operate when they're not connected to like all of their bodies, you know? Like
Some people are like not even conscious that that's happening, huh?
which is like mind blowing. And I know it's kind of our job to like get them conscious. I think that's like part of the reason any of us do any of the things we do at this point. I mean, I'd like to say it's all for kicks and giggles and good vibes, but it really isn't. It's like it's more
It's
than that.
work.
It's so much deeper than that. And it really is about the connection and the integration because like yeah, if we don't evolve consciously as a society, like we are kind of fucked. So
Yeah. No, that's when we come down to the gravity and the seriousness of the work that we do,
hmm.
it's important.
It's beyond important. I mean, why? I mean, why? Because why not? Because our species depends, like our human race actually depends on it. So I guess it's pretty damn important. But
Mhm.
but it isn't. It's not easy work, but I mean, I feel like you said, we're like at the precipice where we kind of have to do that. I don't think we really have a choice.
Right. Yeah, well, yeah, or you're gonna get dragged, you
You're
know. Yeah.
yeah. Which I mean, most people, I know a lot of people have been being dragged literally their
Hmm.
whole lives. And yeah, I mean, but like you said, it is a choice. It is a choice to
Yeah.
take that regardless.
Yeah.
What you're doing, like to have the
Yeah.
softwares all merging and all aligned is a definitely a conscious choice. And I hope
Yeah.
we all take it, but
I don't know about anyone else, but I want the highest quality energy. I want the best.
I want the best of the best for myself at all times.
Yeah.
I mean, do
Yeah.
I always give myself that? No. And is it like a work in progress? Absolutely. Would I like to be more efficient? Yeah. Would I like to
Hmm.
be more productive sometimes? Yeah. Would I like to not have woken up this morning and just been like, I'm not going to get up until I'm ready to do this podcast because, like, absolutely, I've been very busy this week and I just need to chill? Sure. But, I am only human. We are only human. But I think,
Hmm.
yeah, I think we'd all like to be in the cleanest environment and the highest vibrational energy and like have our bodies be functioning. I wish my nervous system didn't stress itself out so bad. Literally
Hmm.
malfunction all the time, but I do that
Hmm.
to myself. But like yeah, those things are so important. And like you said, like you can't if your body's shutting down, your brain is not really giving, and your spirit is like, what the hell are you doing to me? Excuse me, ma'am, sir, help.
Hmm. Hmm.
Get it together for now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, I could make it all comedy, but it's like not that funny. But yeah, I
Yeah.
laugh a little bit.
Making it light is good.
Yeah, I mean, but it really isn't a light topic though. It is pretty fundamentally serious. So
Mhm.
yeah, you know.
Mm. Mm.
So what were you doing with SpaceX? I must ask, because that's just
So I was there like when it was more of a startup actually. It was kind of new, like a few years old. And I did like IT, the technology, servers, help desk, troubleshooting. And then as I grew in responsibility, I started to do like the video production, video broadcast of the launches. I edited packages, a music video with Elon.
oh no
Um,
way.
yeah, so I wasn't a rocket scientist or anything of that stature, but I got to I got to be there and be with the first successful launch,
Okay,
uh, and just the vision, the mission, and the energy that Elon brought. I learned a lot. Super inspired by him,
right.
um, and yeah, it was what an amazing experience.
I mean, I can't even imagine. Just like that's such a profound experience. I mean, did you want to go? Did you get offered to go on the rocket? How come they didn't take
No,
you?
no, 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 I
Come
didn't.
on, Elon, that's a little fucked up.
Yeah, they weren't doing manned missions at that point yet.
Okay, okay. So you were just like really at the beginning before. Okay.
Beginning, yeah.
But
I was like
do you want to go
employee
to
number
the
one. And
do you want to go? Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
Will they let you how much it costs a lot to get on the rocket, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they're in the tourism yet. They're still doing like NASA stuff and
Okay.
space station. So it might be a few years before they like do, tourist like just going up for fun. Uh, but
That's
once it's there,
wild to me though. It's just crazy. Like if you had told me like, well, I mean things evolve so goddamn fast now, but like if you had
yeah,
told us when we were kids that like, yeah, one day you can just like instead of going to Six Flags, you can take like a rocket up to space
like to space.
today. I'd be
We're
like,
in the future. Like this is the future, right?
hmm, I know, but I mean
Amazing.
I think that would be very interesting space exploration to see what happens with that. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, I don't know if you know more about me, but I don't really know what's going on up there much, but
Oh, so tell me more. What's like, are you
I mean, like, are
near
we
like
trying to
interplanetary
develop other planets at this point as hospitable things? Like, what?
Mars? I believe, they're gonna try to go to Mars.
Hmm.
Um,
I,
so are you of the like alien out there somewhere?
I mean, I undoubtedly believe yes, because there's no possible way that our world is that large and that other species don't exist. Like
Yeah,
what, I mean, am
I've
I
seen them.
of the like all the I don't know what they want. I don't know if they even care about us. I don't know if they use our resources. I don't know if they all just laugh at us like we're a fucking cosmic joke, because if I was an alien from another country, I would probably be doing that. But in
Yeah.
another planet, another country, whatever. Mars, I feel like that's how it's gonna be though. Like, oh, just our country Mars over there. We're over in Uranus. Yeah, neighbor buddy. But
Yep.
it's like it's beyond our solar system as well. Like, how do we don't know because we've only gone so far. But it's like
Mhm.
also we don't know what's in our ocean. We haven't gone that far. You know what I mean? It is so unknown. So it's like, who's to say sirens aren't real and mermaids aren't real and all that? Probably are, like, and so why wouldn't aliens exist? Like, I just think
Right.
there's
Yeah.
no hypothetical universe that like other species don't
Yeah.
exist. I just
Yeah.
think it's possible.
Everything's possible. I think it's a like with tech, uh I, I think it's a readiness factor.
Yeah,
That's what has always felt like to me is like the the cutting edge of technology is always like waiting for us to be ready for it. And it's kind of delivered in that capacity. And I think like aliens and all that kind of outer space, interplanetary, multi-planetary stuff is like we're just not ready for it as a species, and I think that connects back to an operating system and being more love driven than fear driven as
very
as a whole
interesting.
species, because it's like maybe we're not ready for it, and
Yeah,
as the planet evolves, then new visibilities will reveal of like what's been there the whole time, but just we weren't ready to see
right.
it, you know
I
it,
mean, it might like literally be in front of our eyes if,
yeah,
really. I mean, like, you know what I mean? But I think
yeah.
you're right. And I mean, like, I'm cool with whatever gets thrown at me. I've always believed in aliens. I've always believed in other dimensions. But like, we actually don't know anything. Like, I don't actually know how it works. Actually, I went down this rabbit hole this morning. I won't even lie about like
Oh,
about
this
New
morning.
Orleans and like how if you go to New Orleans sometimes after 3 a.m., like you'll go in a building that like will never be there again because there's some like portals to like other world like dimensions there. And I'm like, I'm here for those theories. Like I'm here for all of that, but we don't actually know how any of that stuff operates. And
Yeah.
again, like sure, I'm like, tell me it all. I'm here for it. I'm game because I think it's interesting. But you're right. Like, I mean, when we live in a fear-based society, I mean, how many people would I feel like with aliens and stuff, people are kind of desensitized just because it's been like so prevalently like I mean, my mom will be like, there's no other dimensions. Death is the end. There's no possibility of like spirits, which is like aliens, definitely. You know what I mean?
Ah.
So it's like I feel like a lot of people have that desensitization with it now, just because we've kind of shoved it in their face for so many years. And like,
Hmm. Hmm.
that's I feel like that's more hypothetically possible to people who don't like I believe in everything. I believe anything's possible. I believe
Everything's possible. Yep.
like literally, but do we know? Well, I don't know. I hope so. Yeah, let's get the love frequency going because I would like to uncover more mysteries of the universe and just like know more because
Right.
we're not one-dimensional people. So then this world is not one dimensional. Like
Yeah.
nothing is as it seems. Like everything is so much deeper and everything has so much more meaning down to like, down to dreams, down to all of that. Like they're all like our subconscious mind is it's connected to the entire collective. And I do believe that's like I love dreams. I think they're just amazing. So and I have like collective dreams where like I'll think or I'll see something from this life or connect to somebody else's life that's like actually happened if you Google it. So it's like, okay, well, that's proof right there, like how connected we are because I'm tapping in to someone else's conscious memory while
Mm,
I'm sleeping because when we're sleeping, we're smarter, and my life is way more fun when I'm sleeping, honestly, and my life is pretty fun when I'm awake. So that says a lot.
mm, mm, mhm.
But we don't know. Like we actually like, and those who do know like aren't telling us. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
It's exciting because I think still so much to explore.
there's so much to explore. I really would like people to like go in the ocean though more because I just think that's a spooky, spooky place.
Mm, mm.
But isn't that crazy to think though that we're closer to getting to space than like the sea, which makes up 95% of our planet?
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, it is. I mean, the and that submarine thing that just happened recently.
Mm.
The
Yeah, when all the people got trapped in it and exploded,
mhm, mhm.
literally like imploded.
Yeah,
That was nuts.
because when you like take the that as above so below sort of thing here, and like the higher you go, the deeper you go, the deeper you go, the high like
Yeah, it really
they're
is.
they're just symbolic of like they're the same direction, and the destination is going to be the same. Like
Exactly.
it's I wonder what's under there.
You need to know.
Yeah.
Somebody needs to figure it out just because I mean, like, we're all looking for like aliens or whatever up there, but who's to say they're not down there? Who's to say there's not like fish people and multi-fish societies down there? Which like I don't know if that matters inherently, but like we should stop A, killing their oceans because they're probably nice fish people. And B, like I just want to know regardless because my curiosity, like more than anything, I don't know if like any of these things actually matter. I mean, well, yeah, if our planet literally blows up, it probably should have another secondary option, but I think we could probably stop that from happening, especially with like technology. Cause I don't know. I mean, I've talked to people from like who work on like AI technologies and they're like, yeah, we can change the weather, we can do all that. So it's like, okay, well then like really, I feel like we could and all the like all the bad stuff in our planet, I'm pretty sure we could fix it instead of just like
Mm.
having to jump
Oh yeah, the
shit.
planet's fine.
It's fine. It's just like it doesn't necessarily want
We're a
us to live
blip.
on it.
Like yeah, the human species is a blip
Yeah,
in the
exactly. I mean,
scales of
Earth
time.
will always be fine. It's just like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's kind of done with us.
Unless we upgrade, unless we get match it.
Right. It's yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Which would take, I mean, yeah, because I mean, like exactly I mean, the planet does go through all these cycles, the ice age, the hot, apparently we're in the fucking molten lava age as it stands right now. But
Really?
exactly, like it's gonna be done with us if we don't evolve. So then yeah, I mean, hopefully they figure out another planet for us to live on. But even then we'd have to upgrade to be beyond what we are right now. So either way, it's like there is a lot of evolution, and not just in our spirituality, but in our physical matter. I feel like that has to happen as well.
Mm.
But we are very adaptable. So, but I mean,
Hmm.
like, I can't go outside anymore when it's like 95 degrees. I'll fucking faint. So, I mean,
Mm.
I think I might be the one of the weak ones. I don't know. I don't want to get killed off though. So, we'll see what happens. But it does. I mean, I'm getting all way out there, okay? But like you're right, we have to focus. All we can really focus on is what you're doing. The
Hmm.
passion,
Hmm.
the imagination,
Yeah.
the
I mean, it's the like what you're saying, the we are focusing on like the climate, is a factor, the external climate.
yeah.
It comes down to the inner climate. That's more, I think, more important
Right,
because
because we manifest like we're manifesting all of this because
yes,
the
if
majority of
we
our
get
world
the
is
inner climate right, the outer climate will match that.
that's true. It really is matching our energy, and it's heating up as humans, and it's getting more volatile, and it's getting more like there's a lot more desperate energy, I think, and there's a lot. I mean, there's always been fear, but I do feel like people are at like this pinnacle of like
Yeah.
Everyone I talk to really feels like they're on the edge. Like, not like my friends per se, because we're all riding it out. Like we're like doing what you're doing.
We're
We're like,
ahead of it.
okay, we're just healing ourselves. I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. Like I'm
Yeah.
doing my life. I'm doing what's right for me, and I'm gonna take care of me and mine, whatever that means and whatever that looks like, and get myself into a place where I am good. But I like other people I talk to are like literally on the edge of like like
Yeah.
fucking blow any second, and like and you're right, that manifests completely in the outward setting.
Yeah. The well, when I hear that, like I hear the oh man, talk about language and choice
Hmm.
and perception, because when there is fear and negativity running the show,
Hmm.
you'll and the edge that you're talking about of like explosion and destruction, and
Right.
like that's really scary. But you take the fear and negativity out of that equation, and you see from love and passion, and you flip the polarity on the edge, and that's the most
Then it's
exciting place to be as
magical.
a human being, right? That's the magic. Like that, everyone's looking for the edge, and you
Yeah.
just switch the perception on that, and that's that's what I think. That's a really clear example of, going from fear and negativity to passion and
Love
love,
and
in terms
love,
of
exactly.
cleaning the energy, which cleans the worldview, and then you're,
Right.
oh, that's the great place to be, is the edge,
Oh,
and
I
you're
love
turned
to be
on by
on the
it.
edge. I find I push myself to that edge all the
Yeah,
time because that's where
yeah,
because like you said, when it's the positive side, that's where breakthroughs happen. That's when you find clarity. That's when you like find the next piece of your evolution. That's like when I am on the edge of like, or something's blowing up in my life. I'm like, good, because something else is going to take its place that's 111% better, and that's leaving for a reason. Because like
yeah,
I'm not going to sit here and say that I've ever lost anything good. You know what I mean? I mean I've flown up many incarnations in my life, but I don't like to shy away from good things that are going to benefit me. But when it's time to go, like let it burn, baby. Like I'm here
yeah,
for it. And sometimes it hurts,
exactly.
and sometimes it's not inherently like emotionally pleasant, but it's always for the best. And that like a breakthrough is around the corner, something great. And you're right, because like if all of society viewed this edge like the breakthrough of something better, so basically we just need to reach the entire collective and have them get on that ideology, which hopefully you're going to help with. So
That's, I mean, getting people powered by IT. That's what we're all about, is delivering this operating system, and supporting it, and allowing people to have the cleanest energy possible, and being a utility company, a role model, if, as it were, of clean passion energy. Like I know it sound, if you're not into the metaphysical, which I think a lot of your audience are on board with the metaphysical, like we are supplying the cleanest passion for you to consume through our posts, through our social media. And then
right.
once you're inside into our customer experience and being a user of this the operating system, and everything that we've got inside, like it's all about having the cleanest energy possible.
100%. And I mean, and I think it's really important, like you said, like, yeah, because all my people are metaphysical, but it's like, it doesn't always have to come from the spirit. And I do think a lot of people are put off by, like a lot of my friends are yoga teachers or like musicians and artists, which is cool. I mean, people really connect with musicians and artists probably more than spiritualists, depending on what you're into. But it's like, we have to come at this because we all have the same ideology, but we have to come in it from all sides. Like, you're coming from the IT side, which, like, do you know how many people like I'll never reach with what I do because I don't come from that side? So I love seeing people come together with similar ideology from different backgrounds, because that really is how we hit and affect the most people, because like not everyone's coming to me for life coach and
Yeah,
reading my books, you know what I mean? Not everyone's going to my friend's yoga class. Not everyone's going to this show with this
yeah,
guy who has the best vibrations in the world musically. But like a lot of people, you hit a lot of people with the field you're in. Like you have the ability, I think, to reach so many, so
yeah,
much.
yeah. I mean, I hope so. With that's the mission, right?
Well,
Uh, and uh, I think too, the perspective being, you know, the GPS. I feel from a oneness or a universal perspective, the GPS is the same. We're all pointing and trying to creatively navigate to the same destination.
we're all
And
walking each other home, or compassing, or guiding, or driving, or flying, or
yep,
whatever.
pick your metaphor. Yep,
Whatever.
exactly. Yeah,
But yeah, I think you're right. And I don't know. I just think this is cool. I just think it's cool to have people like you on who, yeah, from a completely different world, like completely different, but same
yeah.
ideology. And I
Oh
think
yeah, I'm a complete astronaut.
I love it. But you haven't been to space yet, so that's like really
No, only metaphysically.
I know. Well, I mean, I don't know. I like the spacey aspects of life too, but
Yeah,
yes,
and
you're
I'm a
coming.
Pisces as well, so that's another.
But like you actually could be an astronaut because you actually worked for the space station.
Yeah,
So, I
yeah.
mean, are you like, can't you be like, hey, Elon, can I just like test it out? I know I don't work there anymore, but can I be the first guy testing this out? Remember, Elon, remember the music video? I'm
The
coming.
music video, yeah. Let me in. Let me on. Let me on.
I feel like you
I'll give it
earned
a
that. I
try.
feel
I'll
like
give it a try.
I feel like anyone who's worked there kind of earns the right to go, even if you
Hmm.
don't work there anymore, unless you got
Yeah,
like
sure.
fired for complete
Yeah.
wrongdoing and they hate you. Do they hate you? Did you do something
No,
wrong?
no.
Well, then
Oh,
you should be invited to test out the human rocket ship. I feel like that's only fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'll
And
put my
then
name in.
and then you can be a real astronaut too on top of it, which like kind of just boosts your credibility as this metaphysical, metaphorical astronaut. And I'm here for
Yeah,
that too.
yeah.
And look at me manifesting your space journeys for you. I got you. We're getting you up to space, Jeremy.
Let's go. Let's go.
You can tell me about it, or maybe I'll go one day, but I don't know. Maybe they'll make it affordable one day. Like,
Oh, sure. Oh, like anything. Yeah, it'll come down.
eventually, yeah. At first, it's
Yeah,
gonna be like
but
10
definitely
billion
the
dollars.
like the low Earth orbit ones.
Yeah, yeah. I know. It'll be interesting to see. But
Yeah,
yes, you weren't really talking about real astronaut. I just got excited about space again because like
the next big frontier, right?
No, it really is. It's fascinating. I mean, I like I said, I can't wait to see what we do with all of it. But more importantly, like hopefully we just like stop because like you said, we can't bring these hostile energies to other planets because we're gonna do the same thing. No matter where we are, we could find an underground. We could grow gills tomorrow. But if we're still being negative and like just not giving love or compassion or acceptance or like living in our truth and in our power and our consciousness, and then we're gonna ruin our little space gill friends and our, you know, no matter where we go, we're gonna bring
Yeah,
this everywhere. You can't
yeah,
run away from like who you are and the inherent problems. Like a lot of us have tried. It doesn't work, you know. I've moved around all over the world and met the same people in different forms until I was literally ready to acknowledge like why that was happening and the patterns that I thought I was acknowledging. And then like in my head, I was like, oh, I got it, I see it. But it was like, there was still some fundamentals lost there because like you're running around the entire world still creating that. And that's just like, so that
yeah,
goes for human beings until you really, really, really are okay with and can accept the root of like the issue, you're gonna
yeah,
keep doing it.
yeah, yeah. Yep. That's a beautiful awareness there to see like how those patterns run to show. And um yeah, it just reminds me of like being uh a lone wolf with that kind of stuff. I think that's a huge motivation for creating this company, is like you don't have to do it alone. And though right now there's not a lot of environments, there's many life coaches, there's a lot of different things out there that it's beautiful. um but a lot of people still feel like they have to do it alone, and be with it alone, and try all trying to fix uh by themselves. And I had to that I felt that way. But to have like an environment that is a clean energy environment that fosters this self-awareness and, evolution, freedom, is so valuable, so vital, to say that you don't have to do it alone.
No, that's literally so important because, like, I mean, I say it all the time, human beings are pack animals. Like, not that we're animals, but we are. I mean, like, we came from tribes, we came from small communities of like literally working together, and yes, evolution and blah, blah, blah. But it's like fundamentally, we're not really supposed to do this all alone. And I know, like, just like you said, until like very recent years, like, I've always done things alone, and I still have a very hard time, like it's called the Leila show for not no reason because like I run my own show because like I don't know, I still don't have that faith and trust, and like I have some pretty solid friends, but I have all the faith and trust in myself, and not because I don't want to like involve people or let people in, but I'm just like, we get so used to doing it all alone, and like, okay, you can't really rely on people for this, that, and the other thing. And or like when I don't know, now it's so normalized to go off and heal yourself, but I swear when I started this journey, like it was not. I swear I was like the weirdest person in the world to most people.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
that is very solitary. Like wholeheartedly, you talk to people and they're like the black sheep syndrome. And it's like, I don't feel that way anymore. My family accepts me now, but it did take like 10 years. And it's like when society used to shun me, but now people like normal people are like, how do I be like you? And I'm like, this is a weird change of script because I've gone most of the
Tell me about it.
31 years of my life, like, nah, just not
Yeah.
clicking.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You're speaking my reality too with the that transition from well, I think I'm still outside the box and pretty, out there, but the
Well,
things,
yeah.
yeah, being on the cutting edge and being ahead of the curve, or always ahead of time, like now we're starting to meet
Well,
where
now
we are.
we're cool.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
Now I'm finding it all, but like you're right, because it is. It's like, I mean, I'm always gonna be an odd one. I've always just bent the world to work for me, and I know that. And I've gotten everything I've asked for in this lifetime. Sometimes I've asked for complete madness and complete chaos without knowing that's what I was asking for, but it's manifested, and I've always kind of lived my life on like, if I want it, I get it, or I'll make it happen. And I know that's like very different, like ideology. I don't have that part of my brain on that says you can't do something. I don't have that part of my brain on that's like
That's good.
the no button. I don't have like I can tell no, but like the no button in my own brain, it's non-existent. So like, in that regard, yeah, I'm pretty strange. At first I was in a lot of weird micro communities and stuff, and like yeah, it was very isolating. It is isolating to be weird but and different,
Mhm,
but now it's
mhm.
cool. Now we are the trendy ones. It's weird.
That's weird. That is weird. That is weird.
I genuinely
I don't
like
know if
don't
I
know how I
fully
feel about it.
I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if I fully embraced or accepted it. I think that always there's going to be a part of me that does like to be outside the box, and I like
Are you like
I,
an Aquarius or something? I feel like you're an
I see,
Aquarius.
I
Okay.
see. Yeah, the depth, uh, in there's a fishy depth. No, I was just like I have this kind of comedy with like I am so uh not wanting to be boxed that in terms of like doing my own personal like branding and all that stuff, like I will rebel against my own brand. That's my brand, is like I am a rebel. Like I don't even want to be branded as my brand.
I understand. I literally understand. I think like lately I've just decided to be a parody of myself and literally make fun of myself on the internet because it's like the best thing I can
Oh
do.
yeah, you look at my that's I do that too. Yeah.
Like I really don't know what else to do, but I mean I got like I don't know. I've always like I don't know. I've had box syndrome my whole like fear. I have the fear of the box. Like literally as soon as and I feel like I mean I'm working on this because this isn't necessarily a healthy trait I carry all the time. Like some situations it's good, but it's like I'm not gonna lie. I shy away from communities that want me sometimes because I'm like you want me, this is too normal. I don't know, like being accepted is weird. Like I like to be very out of like I don't want to be in the box. They're like, Layla, come stay with us, come play with us. I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm gonna go
I,
somewhere
I
else.
think we're very similar in that way. It's funny.
Like I'm literally gonna go over there. Thanks, guys. They're like, what
Yeah.
if you stayed? I'm
Yeah.
like, mm, I
Leave
don't.
me alone to do my work. Like I just
Literally, I don't want to be put in your box, but and I'm trying to work on that. Like last night I went out with some people in my local town. It's a very small community, and like every single fiber of my being before like wanted to say no and did say no before I finally said yes. And I was like, maybe it's time to like change this ideology and just like
mm,
do some of those things that put you in a little bit of, I mean, you can't put me in a box. I'm still like the anomaly in the room, but
right. Right.
but like I'm the first one to be like, no, leave me alone in my hole. But I don't know if that's always healthy, so we're working on that.
Mm,
It worked out. I had fun. I met a lot of strange people, and everybody.
there you
It
go.
was actually very validating because I was like, I don't know, I don't see myself through the eyes. I don't talk to anybody, and I don't let
Hmm.
anybody in my life really. Like, I mean, I'm very
Hmm.
open on the internet, but no, like you're not getting in my life. It's like Fort fucking Knox to actually be
Hmm.
part of my life. So it's like,
Hmm.
I don't actually know how people perceive me, but I was out last night and, just like people like, oh wow, you're like I think you're actually doing really well and that you're very interesting. And I know you don't perceive yourself that way because you're really hard on yourself. And I was like, maybe I should hang out with people more often. Like,
How did they know you are hard on yourself, or
I
were
don't know.
you?
I guess it just because I'm like, I'm not doing good. What do you mean? So
Oh, you're
like it's
self-deprecating.
not enough. Like
Oh,
honestly, that's nice, but that's like so not enough. Like,
yeah. We're always after the better, after the better, and the better, and the better, and the better.
and I think we should be, and I don't think we should stop that. But I do think we need to always acknowledge too. I think it's good to acknowledge that, like, we're doing all right
Mm,
sometimes as well.
yeah.
Because I'll never acknowledge that in my own right until
Oh.
like I've had it, until I have it all. But even when I have it all, I won't acknowledge that that's enough. So
Mhm.
maybe it'll be enough someday. Probably not. So no boxes. We won't go in your box. Like I don't wanna play on your playground. I don't want to be I don't want to be part of the normal. Yeah, no. But I mean I think that's good. I think it's good to not want to fit in a box because I don't know. I like that rebellious spirit. I will never shake it.
No, me either. I just I think the mastery is like learning how to uh like how to be aligned with it instead of it being a detriment or like a
Right.
resistance. There there's
Right.
a there's a play there. There's a, it's a way to play. It's a um it's yeah, it's like it's the Neo, right? Like bending. There's no you're not breaking, you're bending. It's a creativity.
Yeah, I mean, and and in theory, because like to be an evolutionary person, someone who's open to change, you do have to. I mean, I'm always willing to mold myself. So we kind of have to be willing to bend within our own lives. So I mean, there's no reason we shouldn't extend that to the rest of the thing because we have to be moldable clay. Like if I'm not
Flexible,
moldable, well then I'm
malleable.
fucked.
Rigid, yeah, rigid. Yeah, things don't flow that way.
Yeah, exactly. Like when because like I mean, it's like when you're on the to everybody like who's gonna sign up for your program or take my life coaching program or whatever, it's like you can't do this stuff if you're unwilling to bend because like healing is like that and alignment is like that. Like you think you know something and it is so wrong in 10 seconds and it completely can thwart your entire ideology of everything you ever thought you knew and then like you take this one turn like that's right and then you find all this other stuff around that turn that's like
Mm,
you can't expect what's going to happen because like expect the unexpected because nothing's certain in this
yeah,
path especially on like a conscious path and like what you
yeah,
think you don't
right.
when you think you got it you sure as shit are going to get smacked down really fast because like you don't and
Exactly.
there's more so
Yeah, I forgot who I was listening to, but they said something similar of like uh when you think you know, you don't know, and when you don't know, you know. And
As
that's what
pretty
yeah,
much.
yeah,
Oh my God, every time I've literally been so sure of everything, like the wrath that like the universe throws at me to like
Oh,
contradict
it's
that statement is just it's uncanny. Like I just but you know, I think I allow that. You know, some people I think they get their lessons dealt a little gentler, maybe a
right.
little more subtle. Because I'm on this path, like I'm like, give it to me raw, rough, and hard. Now, like literally annihilate me with it because like I don't want to do this again.
Yeah,
Just
no, no wasting
knock it
time.
all
Just
down.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
let's not do baby steps. Like just literally wipe my entire life out in front of me while I'm watching
right,
so that I don't have to ask questions, you
right.
know?
The best guidance knocks you right back.
Right. But it really is. It's like, oh yeah, it's when you think you know everything. And I don't
Hmm.
know. And so yeah, I think we do have to be moldable to take your program or any of this because
Hmm.
you know we really don't know, but like I mean we do know what we can say for certain is that like fear and negativity only birth more fear and negativity. Positive alignment and love only create more of that because that's just science. So that's quantum physics and that's law. So like that I can say for certainty what you put out you get more of, but like beyond that what your individual journey looks like to clean the energy.
Yeah,
Yeah, buckle
yep,
up.
yeah. It's a long game, a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, and it's like it's a forever game. You know, I remember when I used to be like, oh, I went through like this dark night of my soul. I'm done now. Isn't it so nice to be healed? It's
Oh
so
boy,
funny. It's so
yeah,
funny. And it's so funny and honestly, like bless their hearts, but it is so adorable to watch people newly on that path and
baby.
and say that and like really preach that word loudly to the world. And it's like, oh, sweetheart, no one can tell you you're wrong at this point because you are so sure you're right. But I'm like, it's gonna be rough if you think like that. Like, you know, you have to learn to
Sweet
embrace
summer
all
child.
of it and just like make fun. Like you have to be able to laugh at it and you have to make the most of it and you have to kind of like find ways to make it enjoyable because it's never ending, you know?
Hmm. Mm. That's the environment right there. Yeah.
But you know, exactly. But we could take that and be like, oh, well, this sucks. And even if you're on that path, well, then great, you're perpetuating more negativity. Or you could be like me and just literally laugh about it. And
Mhm.
that births that births spirited energy. Okay, that's positive. I'm always smiling. I'm always laughing. So, you
Mhm.
know, just make the most of it and
Mhm. Mhm.
reach that love and positivity because sure, we need it.
Mhm.
Need it.
Mhm.
We always have. We need your clean energy. So it's
Mhm.
okay. So I've gone off to, so is this available now? Is this like, is it this, or is it still developing? Is this,
No, it is available now. Yes. The passioncompany.org. You can sign up, get on a demo call, get a IT demo call.
I'm excited to.
And then if that's we also have like a quiz that you can take, like how clean is your energy
Oh,
quiz,
I like the quiz. I like quizzes.
right? People love quizzes.
We all
That's to kind of give you a little bit of awareness on like yeah, how clean your energy is through some questions. And then if you are interested, we want to hop on a call and find the fit for, we got the DIY, we got the guided upgrade, and then we got iSelf, and just different ways of getting the operating system and the support level. The best way to kind of like, you know, because we're intersecting and this is so different. I'm trying to, different ways of explaining this, like because it's, personal development, there's a little fitness, passion, all
do.
these things are kind of there. The best way that we've kind of said is like, imagine that we had like this knob of intensity, because like, are you familiar with HIT workouts, the
I
high
love
intensity,
hits sometimes. I mean, they're
right?
pretty hard, but
It is.
I
Uh,
like them.
so think about that, but like in a personal development sense. So high
Okay.
intensity personal development, we you're the active participant. It's all about your evolution, and we hand you that knob, and you tell us how much intensity you want to crank that knob,
Oh, I
and
like that.
and we meet you there to support your conscious evolution. This is you guide it. Your soul brings it, and we meet you there, and you evolve and accelerate how at your pace.
Well, that's kind of fun. I mean, if you are like, since I've said I like it all really fast, I'd be like level 9,999, please. And
There
then
you
like
go.
kick my ass, but I'm
Yeah.
okay. I'm like, I know sometimes sometimes I do a lot of research on the person before they come on my show, but I honestly like I usually like to wing it and then check you out after. So I
Spontaneity is the best. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, so I'm excited to check this out because I mean, like, I haven't even been to your website yet. So like I don't know if that makes me a bad host or a good host, but I like to be
I respect
surprised.
I respect the trust and the spontaneity and the improvisational spirit of the magic that can happen when we're just being together and following the excitement and letting the passion flow.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just how I like to do it, have a passion flow. But I do want to check it out. And I want all my listeners to check
Please
this
do.
out because this is fascinating. I mean, honestly,
Yeah. And we'll do, like, if you mention the Layla
the
Experience
Layla
podcast,
show. Oh, I
Layla
like
show.
the Layla experience. That's even better. Can I change
Be a
my
different program or a different show or something like that. They mention the podcast, and we'll give you a discount on something. We'll make it worth it.
Okay, I'll put
Yeah.
that in the notes. Mention
Yes.
me. Mention me. I love when I
Yes.
get to be mentioned for good things.
Yes. And mention you.
Yeah, mention Layla Show, get discounts, and it's
Yeah.
thepassionproject.org.
Thepassioncompany.org.
Passion Company. I mean, I'll get that off here. I'm just gonna write it down now.
Yes.
Passioncompany.org. Because that's like literally what I'm gonna spend my afternoon doing. I want to take your quiz though. I like quizzes. I don't know why human beings are like that. We're all like, oh my God, isn't it fun if you tell me what's wrong with me through a series of questions?
Right. Yep. Yep. Isn't that all the way back to like those old like fashion magazines, right? Like, to find out whatever about yourself so that you can, yeah.
I love those personally. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
how do you know if your husband doesn't like you, or how do you know if your closet
Right.
sucks, or how do you know if you're bad in bed? Yeah, all those. Love those. Those were
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
RIP fashion magazines. I mean, I know they still exist, but it's like we don't need them with like, it's not
Oh,
like
not with social media now. It's
not
the
with social
social media is
media, but like
yeah.
my life force used to be getting my fashion magazine subscriptions when I was a kid. Like that was the joy of my joy.
Mm,
I think honestly, sometimes I think we enjoyed information more when
holding
it wasn't
paper in your
so
hand.
right. Yeah. I mean, like, I publish books and people are like, ebook. I'm like, fuck you, order paper, but I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it. It's all in one place. It is easier and whatever, save the trees or whatever. But I like to hold the good old material. I'm old school, okay? You can give the girl some technology, but she will hold on to her nostalgic roots of
Hmm.
paper, of paper. Isn't that crazy that we're saying that? I'm like, books are nostalgic now. Like, wow, wow, we're in a time. What a time to
Hmm.
be alive.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, thank you for coming. You want to tell anybody? It's been about an hour, so I don't want to keep you all day, but want to tell anybody anything before I say farewell to the show?
Hmm. I would say indulge. We don't indulge enough. Indulge in your passion. Indulge in time and space for self-discovery. Indulge in those things where that fear says, like, there's no time for it. There's too busy, there's no time for it. Indulge in some self-discovery and exploration of your own consciousness. And if you don't give yourself that opportunity, that would be my kind of leaving message, is indulge in your passion.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm a glutton for indulging in myself. So I'll take it a page from Jeremy and the Leila show and go indulge in what makes you happy. Stay true to you, be passionate, and thank you for tuning into the Leila show. All my listeners, subscribe to this thing. Go to the passioncompany.org and mention me for your discount. Let's do the quizzes together. Let's keep it rolling and tune in next week. And we love you. Bye.